Hey guys, I'm Tom the Tech Chap, and we finally had our first glimpse at the new range of Samsung Galaxy S20 phones. Credit to Max Weinbach for this, and as expected, we have the hole-punch selfie camera on the front, the rectangular camera array on the back, power and volume buttons on the right side, and nothing on the left, including no Bixby button. And there's still no headphone jack, which isn't that surprising, although the new mid-range Note 10 and S10 Lite phones have brought it back. Just quickly guys, a big thank you to FastHost for sponsoring this video and also offering you guys the chance to win 2 tickets to South by Southwest, including flights and accommodation. So if you're in the UK, all you have to do is answer this techie test question. Which iPhone first introduced the App Store? To enter, click the link in the description below and I'll explain more at the end of the video. So right now everything is kind of leaks and reports and rumors, nothing confirmed, although we have a pretty good idea, but we'll know everything on February the 11th. That's when Samsung's Unpacked event takes place. And there's actually a couple of Easter eggs in the invite. Firstly, that appears to be the S20's camera module on the left, and also we have the upcoming Galaxy Z Flip, basically the Fold 2 on the right. Also, it may just be a coincidence, but if you look at the date of the official Unpacked event in the UK format, we're looking at 11/2/20. 11/2/20. Maybe that's a slight clue to the fact that we're getting the S20 phones, or maybe it's just a coincidence and I'm reading far too much into it. But anyway, it has all but been confirmed we will be getting the Galaxy S20 rather than the S11. So firstly, there's going to be 3 new models, the S20, the S20 Plus, and the S20 Ultra, which takes over from last year's S10e, S10, and S10 Plus. They'll all come with slightly taller screens, using a 20:9 aspect ratio, and actually here's a side-by-side, which was clearly shot on a potato or something, of the S10 Plus versus the new S20 Plus. And you can see how much smaller the hole punch is versus the corner notch, and that we're getting slightly thinner bezels as well. It also looks like the new S20s will have more rounded corners versus the Note 10 Plus here. Alright, let's talk specs. All 3 new phones will come with faster 120Hz displays, Quad HD Plus resolutions, the latest Snapdragon 865 or Exynos 990 chips in some regions, along with faster RAM, UFS 3 storage, but really it's the S20 Ultra that I'm most excited about. So across the board, that's a pretty big upgrade. A slightly refreshed design, faster processors, high refresh screen, more RAM, the better fingerprint reader, and of course updated cameras, which we'll get to in just a second. But just quickly, while there's been some back and forth on this, it seems now to be confirmed that the S20 phones won't support 120Hz above Full HD. So unfortunately, you can't have the best of both worlds in terms of having a 120Hz WQHD Plus screen. Instead, you'll have to choose between 60Hz at the higher res or 120Hz at the lower Full HD Plus res. I think for me, I'd rather go with 120Hz. I think you'd see a bigger difference there than you would the high resolution, although it's slightly annoying that we can't get both, especially as the reports of the upcoming OnePlus 8 suggest that that will have both. There's a chance they could add it through a software update, or maybe that's something they're saving for the Note 20 Plus later in the year, or maybe it's just because it's going to drain the battery too fast. And speaking of the battery, here's how the 3 new phones compare to last year's models. And while the higher refresh screen will draw more power, overall we should expect a nice boost in battery life. Plus we get faster 25-watt charging across the board and even faster 45 watts on the Ultra. Plus wireless and also reverse wireless charging so you can top up other Qi-enabled devices. As for 5G, reports suggest the S20 will come in 4G as standard, but with an optional 5G model, except for the S20 Ultra, which will be exclusively 5G. So that's all pretty exciting, but I think the biggest upgrade will be in the camera department. And so this is the setup we could expect for the 3 phones. The S20 Plus adds a time of flight sensor, and the Ultra model goes crazy with a 108 megapixel main camera. And although we should have the ability to shoot full res, by default this will use what's called pixel binning, combining 9 pixels into 1 to create a sharper, less noisy 12 megapixel image. What's interesting though is we're also getting a high-res telephoto lens across all 3 phones. The S20 and the Plus get a 64 megapixel 5x telephoto, whereas the Ultra gets a 48 megapixel 10x optical zoom. Also, thanks to the new processor and camera sensor, we'll also get 8K video support at 30fps, 4K at 120, and unlimited super slow motion. So this is going to be a big upgrade for video as well. So some pretty big hardware upgrades, but of course we'll also get Android 10 and Samsung's One UI 2.0 software, which should speed things up, add a few new features, and also come with better gestures, including swiping in from the edge to go back like you can on the Pixel and the OnePlus. I think one of the more underrated new features though is the upgraded fingerprint reader. I actually made a whole video about the 3D Sonic Max reader when Qualcomm unveiled it along with the Snapdragon 865, and it seems like a massive leap forward. So if you have 5 minutes to watch a video all about fingerprint readers, and I mean who doesn't, click the little pop-out card at the top right. So that's pretty much everything we know so far about the S20, and I have to say, I don't think I've been this excited for a new Galaxy phone in years. This seems like a really big upgrade. Still, it is worth taking everything with a little pinch of salt until it's confirmed by Samsung themselves on February the 11th, also along with the Galaxy Z Flip. Z Flip? Z Flip. Probably the Z Flip. We say Z in the UK, but that'll be exciting as well, and I can't wait to test that out. So make sure you do subscribe because I'll have my hands-on and first look and also loads of comparison videos going live as soon as possible. Again, a big thank you to FastHosts for sponsoring this video and giving away 2 tickets to South by Southwest, with all the trimmings of flights and hotels. Just click the link below to enter and answer my techie test question. Which iPhone first introduced the App Store? That's it. So FastHosts offer a wide range of web hosting products and other services to bring your projects to life. It's so easy to create beautiful websites using their drag and drop templates. You don't need any coding skills at all. It's custom, mobile optimized, and not only can you get 3 months free, but there's also a 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not 100% satisfied. You can create, host, and get support for your website and emails all with FastHosts. Their cutting-edge UK data centers are based right alongside their offices, and so whether you go for a lightweight web hosting package or a fully fledged service, you can talk to their expert support teams 24/7. And don't forget to enter the competition to win 2 tickets to South by Southwest. To enter and find out more, click the link in the description below.